This is one of the only places I will have ketchup on my hamburger because it's built into the hamburger. It's like part of the recipe. Like I would never add ketchup to a hamburger.
This place looks amazing.
Okay, this is a touchstone to the past. Like we're going in history. This is like Back to the Future.
Today I'm hanging out with my friend Nick Solaris, who happens to be the Eater resident meat expert as well as the host of The Meat Show. And we're gonna go to one of his favorite places for cheap eats right now. It's called All American. It's been around since the early 60s and they do beautifully done classic burgers and I'm really excited to try it.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Happy Days or something.
It's totally that, right? It really is like a throwback to the 50s and the 60s. Thank you, sir. So yeah, let's do a cheeseburger, a double-double.
Let's do a large fry, a large onion ring.
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Quarter pounder with cheese. Let's try a fish fillet though.
Fish fillet.
Now you're talking religion, my friend.
Do you want cheese and tartar on it?
Definitely.
Total is $26.02.
I have a dime. Here you go.
Oh, you are literally dining.
That's my.
Sorry,
it's my contribution.
I couldn't help it.
Dining on a dime.
What number are we?
181.
Okay.
This smells good. This smells like grease and beef.
You know the other thing about this, like just put your hand against this and it just feels that gentle warmth.
It does.
Like there's something very nurturing
Like a
about
baby,
that.
yeah,
Exactly.
like a swaddled child.
Let's go eat this child. This will be the hamburger in its most elemental and primal form. And look, it's a prototypical McDonald's cheeseburger. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.
So growing up in London, the hamburger to me always represented this sort of freedom, right? I could eat this big thing with my hands. You know, growing up in England, everything's very proper, knives and forks and doilies and all that. This is the unofficial sandwich of America because it actually crosses all cultures and all groups. The other thing about like the beef to bun ratio on this is economical, right? It's like a sliver of beef, but in the 40s and the 50s, we didn't eat beef the way we do now. Of course, somebody chose to, at some point in time,
Get a little bit crazy.
some rich guy came in and was like, you know what?
I want 2 patties.
I want 2 patties. Look at that. It's just such a glorious object.
It's almost like a dumpling.
I'm gonna keep
It's almost
eating
like
this.
how it's wrapped around the meat, like a dumpling.
I've always said that this conforms like a dumpling in every video I've ever done.
This is excellent.
So I have now cracked open the quarter pounder with cheese, which will be, again, to anyone who grew up eating McDonald's, this will be instantly familiar. I mean, it's exactly that thing, but just with a big patty. This is probably the more popular item, and I'm going right in there. But it passes the squeeze test, which is when you squeeze it, and you can see the juice of the actual, those clear beef juices. Like, no McDonald's hamburger.
Oh,
does
that's
that anymore,
nice.
right?
Squeeze test. I never even thought to do that, and it passes.
Totally passes.
There's juice coming out of here.
These are the classics, right?
We're kind of going experimental here.
Yeah, this is going completely off the reservation. Who knows what's in that thing?
It's made of white fish.
Whoa.
We can assume it's overflowing from the bun.
All right,
Give this a shot.
wow, that was good crunch. I heard that.
It's better than your typical fish fillet for sure.
It's not a hamburger though.
The diner, the hamburger, it really is the great equalizer.
Like my favorite hamburger here is actually the first one we had. The plain cheeseburger with a
plain
tiny
cheeseburger.
sliver of beef, right? It's so elemental, it's so primal, nothing can predate that in my mind. Right, that's the original hamburger.
There's something it's almost something very childlike. It's really evocative,
Yeah.
at least for me as well, of eating hamburgers as a child.
Well, and that's why I think this is so important. 5 items just done exquisitely well.
Done
right?
really well.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Can we drink our shakes inside? This has been a fantastic experience trying burgers with Nick, so if you'd like to check out his show, The Meat Show, please click here to watch.